Well, morning people. What a horrible morning it is. Wind and rain everywhere. So I'm not going to be doing too much on the trailer today. But a couple of developments. The red wasn't cutting it, so I've painted that with a bully liner too. So all my back end is black pretty much. A couple of trims to go on. That'll go up. That's 10mm insulation, 10mm thick, sticky back rubber with the silver foil on it. That actually gives it that industrial look, like you see in some of the cafes and pizza joints where they don't finish all the rendering or they don't put a ceiling in. And quite trendy, but we're going to put a cloth over that, maybe with an Aboriginal theme with the little dots, the painting style that the Aboriginal people do, which will be quite fitting. I think nice big 2 metre by 1200 sheet, nice and light, instead of sheeting it all out in pine, because that will be a bit too heavy. If I open my back door, I've got, because the electric's in, I've got my lining in, and that's all stained and sealed with a cypress cedar stain varnish. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to carpet this section down here, that's just for me to kneel on, and probably run the carpet up there. I do have a display panel I'm going to cut in there that I bought from Kings, which is this doobrey. I'm going to cut that in there. That gives me some cigarette points, charging points, and USBs, and the voltmeter at the top. That'll go into that panel there. Be able to leave phone on the floor and charge it up. Now there's my bed base. So that is 6'1¼ to this here, which is 1800 for us Aussies. And the back panel on the left is fixed and the panel on the right is fixed, and there's a little panel there you can get to at the back. Kitchen is up under that far panel, of course, but I'll put this on gas struts too, the bottom of the bed. So a couple of little breathers I've put in. Battery will be going in there, and this is spare wheels under there. This is storage, you know, just put a basket full of clothes or suitcase full of clothes when you go away. And the porta potty will sit in that little corner. So that makes it easy for anybody that wants to get under the bed. If the wife wants to just lift that up, boom, give that up, push, only just strong enough. I am a bit concerned that I haven't got enough power in my gas shocks. That goes up okay, the roof, but when the tent, apparently it's going to pull with the tent. They're 200s. These are 100s. These are the first set I bought, and they're nowhere near strong enough for that top. So I may have to bring them ones down here and then get some 300s for the top. Just going to have to see when the tent's done. So I've painted all the back end black. This is the bully liner, but just done with a foam brush. Get a packet of foam brushes. I use them for varnishing, and they're just gives it that rustic, that industrial feel. There's my door rolled, back panel, and the side panels, of course, are timber. Now then, this morning I've just managed to get, yesterday I built like an architrave around my kitchen, and painted that in the bully liner, and I will run a seeker all the way around these edges. That'll tidy that up nicely and seal that against the varnish through here. And I've just put the door on. Got to colour the back of the door yet. Get some more bully liner, and that will sit in there. That's a bit damp in places. I've just touched the top up. So obviously you've got to have a lock. So there you go, you'll just pull up to site, unlock it, drop that down, and pull your kitchen out. Fridge box is there, ready to go. Found some gate hinges in black. We'll be fixing that on the top and that on the front of the panel. And that'll open up all the way up and over, out the way. It's so big that if I do it on the bottom, it's going to drop and hit the floor, and I don't want it dragging in the floor. If it was to come unlocked or bouncing along the road, it would come down, hit the floor and rip it off. So if it was to come unlocked and I hinge it from the top, then it's just going to flap. This is locked, the fridge is locked obviously. Now this bully liner, I'm really impressed with it. As I've said before, I don't spray. Never had a spray gun, never had a compressor. Done a lot of painting and decorating and property renos. So I've rolled it. Now you can have all sorts of rollers and it does not matter which one you get. None of them will work unless you buy a roller like that. It's actually, there it is. It's got all the little holes in it. And when you roll it, you've got to get it on, spread it out, and then come back in nice neat lines, but you've got to push it around to get it out. That is my fridge door. Sorry, the box door sitting on top of the fridge box. There's my back panel. That's been on probably a month, so that's really cured and really dark. They're the same colour. It's all called Midnight. That's the bully liner in Midnight. It's caught me out. That's a litre. I've used 4 of them. Still could probably do with one more because this front box probably needs a second coat because it's just going to get chipped and hit and damaged and whatever. So probably would have been better to buy the 4 litre kit, and then you'd get the little roller and these and little 100mm 4-inch sleeves. Because these are plastic and this is not and this is not a sheepskin or anything like that, the way it's made, all I did was take one of these, because these are $20 in Oz at Bunnings, which is expensive because you've got to throw them away. This one has been used yesterday and it's dead. You can't wash it out. So all I do is get a hacksaw and cut that in half. You can use it on a 230 frame. You could do. I did the back panel with that big panel with a 230 frame. But for these little ones, getting little 2-foot square, 600 square panels, the little roller's quite easy to handle. And if you cut it in half, you get 2 goes out of it. So there's my saving tip for today. I just use the little roller tray. And these, what a lovely little invention these are. Little foam stick. They're great. I first used these when I was doing the tipping with the varnish to stop it running, but these are really good for just dabbing on the edge. Paint these. This is just a straight pull when I've done them. So there's a little tip, whether you like it or not. So there she is. Obviously this, I've got to get some sort of like a bunker light, a black bunker light shining down over the kitchen. Awnings to be fixed on here. That's sitting up above the fishing rods and my screed in the black tube. Still got a bit more of this D-liner to put on this sticky back. Well, I've had to silicone it down, but that works as a good weather seal. I've got to put another little board in under the tray, so the tray slides over it, to close this door against, and paint this black. And all I'll do with that is touch it with this, dab it with this when I get some more bully liner. Then put a seal in. Same with this, need to put a seal in that, weather seal. But I think I'm getting pretty close. As I say, I might put the marine carpet on here and run it up here, finish it on this top angle. Need to cut that in and marine carpet it, and then screw the panel back. My buddy is my auto electrician. I've put a couple of vents in here and here, breathers, but he wants one in the outside wall for this battery box. So I've left a bit of insulation out. I'm going to mark that, and I'm going to cut that out before he gets here. Them little clips I made myself, they were $5 for a pack of 4. Where the correct ones, if you like, or the ones that come with they sell with the kit, them connectors, ball connectors, they are $10 for 2. So they were $20 for them 4. Well, them, when I made them out, they worked out $5 for 4. The struts do come with these little thick balls in the end, and if you was to tap something out, then you could probably screw that in. But I just made them with them little angle brackets. So that's a much cheaper way of doing them connectors. So that panel will have to be cut in this side, just near the fridge, just near the kitchen, not far from the wheel arch, just in that side. I bought a little vent, threw it on the floor and sprayed it with black. So I'm just going to cut that in the side. Somewhere here for it to breathe. Because apparently that MCDC, or whatever you call it, charger will get warm all the time apparently. So a few breathers, that's the plan. Left a bit of a gap here from that sheet to here. Not going to bother me because that's airflow or whatever under the bed. A lot of slatted beds these days. Caravan mattresses are $18.50, which is a smidgen over 6 foot. So that's probably just going to overhang by 20 mil, 30 mil. But that'll be okay. Enough room for the porta potty to sit in the corner. And I might get 2 single ones. I think they come at about 750 millimeters wide. Easier to go through this door. Because when the tent's on, the only access for the mattress is in and out of here. So unless I put a double in there now, or before it goes in for the tent, or you have to go undo all the tent to get in. But so I might get 2 singles wedged in tight next to each other. So we're getting close. Got to get a couple of fittings. Light fitting for in the middle, fan for up there. The power points will be down here, and there's a cable on the outside wall for the light. Now my little wife is going to need a step what I'm considering doing, not sure yet. This back door drops down, so do I put some chains on it so it can only go that far, and put a little bit of apply tread in the back of that door, put a couple of chains on it so it just sits there level. There's the back door to get in. Might be a halfway step, rather than carry something. It's already there. There's a couple of chains. Might do that. Need some plastic storage tubs. Going to put my chairs, put a little rope handle on there, put my chairs and table in there. I bought a table. That should sit in there. Big plastic table. If I open that door, I've actually got a table up there on top of the esky. I'll leave it up there for now, but it will go in there. Throw a couple of chairs in there. Picnic table, solar blanket maybe. I should put the lock back on soon. Tubs in there, you know, maybe snorkeling gear, camping gear, whatever. So we're getting close. Off to buy a lotto ticket. Ta-ra for now. I think that was 4:15.